right, we are live. Got Jacob on here from Christensen Transportation. Can you hear me okay?
Oh, hold on, James. I gotta go take a piss real quick.
Buddy, we're live. You're so
Well, what do
silly.
you? I mean, what am
You're
I gonna
so
do,
silly.
bro? Dude, if I gotta piss, man, you gotta let me go piss real quick, bro. Nah, I'm just kidding, bro. I'm just messing with you, man.
Yeah, do me a favor. Try to watch your language on here too, because that really upsets YouTube, and I don't get paid. I will cut you off if you start cussing. So don't cuss.
You want me to pay? You want me to pay you the $10, James?
All right. Remember what I told you. This is my show, not your show. Okay. All right, we got 6 people on here. What's up, Jonah? How are you doing, buddy? Everything good with you tonight? Austin Tanner said he was first. Austin, I tried to text you, see if you wanted to go live with us, but I never heard anything.
Actually, Austin, I was here first.
If you want to go live with us, Austin, I'll be more than happy to send you the link.
Hey, James, why aren't you sitting in your driver's seat, bro?
Because I don't do anything from the driver's seat on this. It's just the way I choose. Remember, this is my show, not yours.
Yeah, but you gotta have that back support, you know.
Okay, I got plenty of back support. Yes, Jonah says he made it out of Florida yesterday. Well, Jonah, I'm in Florida. I'm actually haven't really made the announcement yet, but I guess I probably can now. I went to F2F and immediately went to hurricane relief, and I'm sitting in the middle of an airport in northern Florida. Probably won't leave until Friday, and they're paying us. That's all I can say.
Just tell him what you want to tell him, James.
Austin says he's driving.
Make it short and sweet, James. Tell him I'm getting paid for doing absolutely nothing.
Austin, I'm gonna tell you once again, man. This is my show. I'll take you off here just as quick as I brought you on here, man. I don't, there's certain things that I talk about, certain things that I do talk about.
Well, just tell him, James, short and sweet, bro. Shit, I wish I could say.
All right, I guess the live's going to carry on without him tonight, because I already told him we've had some disagreements in the past, so he can just sit there and do nothing. Anyway, what's going on tonight, guys? Anything? We might make this a short and simple live if that's the case. Of course, he dropped out because he knows I'm not playing his crap. I've already had a talk with him about it. 18 was supposed to come on here, but he has yet to come on here. Here comes 18. Hey, glad I could join you, buddy.
Good evening. Good evening.
Yeah. Did you watch any of the first part?
No, I've been sitting here struggling with this dang USB cable that decided to quit on me. So I had to go run through my cables and try to find me another one.
I had Jacob on here, but me and him kind of got into it, so I dropped him off.
Man, what happened?
He's trying to make it his show when I told him before he got on here, and that's kind of why I wanted you on here too, the beginning, because I wanted to, kind of go over everything, and he just, I don't know.
Within 3 minutes already?
Yeah. Well, we've had discussions about this before in the past.
Yeah?
Yeah. Tell us about your transitions, what Austin's saying. So let me tell you, Austin, my transition was super simple and easy. It was a 4-hour online class, and that's basically it. They send you the decals, your plates, your permits, everything in the mail. I ran all the way up until Sunday for JB, and Monday morning, I was picking up an empty trailer with JB Hunt, or I'm sorry, F2F, and immediately got on the hurricane relief. It's actually I've actually been sitting here since Monday, actually early Tuesday morning, like 4:30 in the morning, and I haven't driven 1 mile. The pay is really good. I think I told you before, Austin, what the pay was, but the pay's really good, and they pay you while you're sitting and everything. So far, so good. I couldn't be any happier. Well, I think that's what you're asking about with the transition, right? Starting to get a little rain here. What about you? You're in Orlando, so what's it doing for you?
Beautiful weather, man. Sun is shining, weather is clear. Just enjoying it, you know.
Well,
bullshit, but
it looks like the eye finally hit Sarasota. Yeah. Pop-Tart. You got a girl bugging out. I'm bugging out. LOL. What did I miss? I missed something.
yeah, I'm trying to figure out what happened within like 3 minutes of me.
You know, he is a very type A personality. He was wanting me to tell everybody how much money I was getting paid to do this. And I told him, I don't talk about money on here. He kept on egging me. And that was just one thing. There were several things. Sometimes he's a great guy, but he gets in these moods and he just irks the shit out of me. And I didn't have time for it tonight. He wants to call and apologize to me, then that's fine. But, honestly, he's not going to because he thinks that he's right. Even though I told him several times to stop. This isn't your channel. This is my channel. This isn't your channel. This is my channel. I decide what goes on here.
Whose channel is it again?
Yeah, exactly. Here, I'll show you. I'm going to show you whose channel it is.
Where is Country, by the way, man?
I don't know what he's doing tonight.
I need my buddy up here tonight, man.
He is. He's connected with. He likes doing the Fridays. Mm-hmm. He likes doing the Fridays. Hey, Pop-Tart, how are you? I know that was you.
Pop-Tart.
I just I don't put up with the BS, man. And then what started the show off, what really pissed me, literally, after the countdown, we went live. He's like, hang on a second, I gotta go take a piss. I said, excuse me? He says, yeah, I gotta piss. I'm like, what do you mean you gotta piss? You could have pissed the last 15 minutes. I gotta piss, James. I said, are you joking? He says, yeah, I'm joking. I said, dude, don't do that. I said, do me a favor. Try not to cuss on this because I'm trying to get monetized and YouTube doesn't like that. And he's like, what do you mean, saying piss? I said, I just asked you not to. It's just things like that. I'm like, why would you even joke around like that on a live stream, make yourself look like an idiot? You know what I mean? I got to go take a piss. Would you do that on a live stream?
It's not my live stream, so I try to keep it a little bit more respectful.
But even if it was your live stream, would you do that?
My live stream is, if I were to do a live stream, which I don't do live stream, but if I were to do live stream, everything goes. I really don't care. However the show goes is however the show goes.
Okay. All right.
I'm not even if I did start doing live stream, I'm not at the point where I'm going to be monetized anyway. So it is what it is until that point. Everybody has their own way of running their shows. So do you. So.
Anybody in here?
Whatever your rule is,
Anybody in here in Florida or from Florida going through this storm right now?
If you're a Floridian and you were here and you decided to hightail out of this state,
yeah, I don't think there's any reason to leave, especially on our side.
It's not even really all that bad because I'm sitting here just
Jacob said he's from Florida, bitch.
I'm just sitting here like watching the storm on my radar app, and every time I keep looking, I'm like, well, it's not really all that serious. To me, it doesn't look all that serious. I mean, this is what I'm looking at right now.
Yeah,
so it doesn't look too terrible to me. I just see a whole lot of rain. That's pretty much it. That's all I see right here. But I'm hearing that South Florida is a lot of tornadoes and stuff going on down there and whatnot. So, we'll see. Well, hopefully everybody's just being safe and being hunkered down. But if you had to leave the state and you're a Floridian, I need your Florida card back. It ain't that serious. It's just a little wind and a little rain. No, funny thing is, I haven't heard any lightning yet. No lightning, no thunder, no nothing.
I'm reading some text like Trucker Todd. Even Todd just got on here and says, you did the right thing kicking that guy off. He was out of line. I agree. Pop-Tart says, that's right. You don't put certain information out to the public because that information quickly finds its way to the wrong hands.
As it always does, man.
I think I gained Pop-Tart from from Larry from Country.
Yes, remember she was here with us last week. Larry wanted her to come up, but she didn't. So
here, I'm going to read you Jacob's comment. James thinks he can gain something from you 18. That's why he talks to you. Well, actually, to be honest with you, Jacob, me and 18's gotten into it several times on here before about his lateness and other stuff too. So that's not totally true.
Listen, at the end of the day, we're cool people. I just brush it off, and we just try again next time. It's not that serious to be.
Bye, James. I hope you enjoy your life. Yeah,
it's not that serious to have my panties tied up in a bunch, if you get what I'm saying. So, plus it's the internet, man. I mean, you really gotta do all that,
Jacob says, I'm glad I can give you something to talk about. So that right there alone, that comment you just made, Jacob, is exactly why I booted you, because you think the show's about you. And that's the reason why you got booted off of here. You know what? You're going to get booted off here completely because I just don't like your tone tonight. If you want to call and apologize to me, feel free. But if not, it's no big deal, man. There, we will see no more from Jacob other than this LOL. It's always about Jacob. Now, he can watch the channel. He just can't comment on anything anymore.
Anyway, so, yeah, where you're stationed at, like, how is it, like, how is the whole situation up there?
Actually, it's I don't want to say it's weird, but there's about 250 trucks. I was told there are going to be about 500, but there's about 250 trucks here. I didn't count them, but that's about. There's probably 100 FEMA trailers with bunks in them. There's showers.
So you can sleep on them instead of sleeping in your truck?
No, that's for the victims when they come in for the hurricane. Why would they put those out there, buddy?
Well, aren't you a victim?
No. So they got showers and they got laundry here. We got a mess hall that's provided by Cheney Brothers. They feed us breakfast, lunch, and dinner, all of us. Everything we need is right here, dude. Everything.
Yeah, what they gave you for breakfast this morning?
I had bacon, eggs, sausage, biscuits. I mean, you name it. I mean, they had Salisbury steak at lunch. I'm not a big Salisbury steak fan because I don't watch South Park. And then they had some kind of chicken and gravy crap tonight. So I went to I mean, the food's all good. Don't get me wrong. It's nicely catered and stuff. But I ended up going to a little Italian restaurant that I found here in town, and it was really good. Really, really good. It was cheap, too. Really cheap. So, Jeffrey, hold up. I just got here. Where are you at, James? Jeffrey, I'm in Perry, Florida at an airport. We're staged up for the hurricane, ready to go. Is that where you're at, too?
No, I'm in the living room. Online.
Maybe that's what you're asking. If you're not asking that, the other thing is I went to F2F on Monday, if that's what you mean. I decided to go to F2F because of the hurricane stuff, and I'm going to go dedicated instead of running the other stuff. Man, it's past my bedtime for this show. Army came. Past your bedtime. I do a show all the time at 8 o'clock.
Well, if it's past your bedtime, why are you not in bed, man?
You can catch us on the replay. By the way, everybody give us a thumbs up on this channel for the live tonight. I know Jacob will probably give me a thumbs down, and that's okay. They all count. Okay, Jeffrey. Okay, so you're not up here then. Okay.
Are you getting even any type of bad weather up there where you are? You got any rain or nothing?
It's been raining, drizzling pretty much all day. It's not raining hard. It's just drizzling all day long. And we're getting not a lot of wind, but a little wind.
But it's kind of funny because I do hear the rain when I'm in the room, but like sitting out here, we don't feel any wind. I don't see anything. Matter of fact, I was outside just a little while ago, just taking a look at everything. It's just pretty much just rain, and not like hard rain or anything. It's just a lot of drizzling going on. So I'm quite surprised because I'm much closer to the whole situation than you are.
Yeah. I had to turn my little heater on, man. It's starting to get a little chilly here. Let's see. Jeffrey Coon says, where you at? how many FEMA trailers. I didn't actually count them, but there's at least, I don't know, 100. Maybe not even 100, maybe 50 to 75. There's quite a few of them. Yes, I found you through country, and she finds him polite. Well, I hope you find us polite too, because we appreciate you on here. We really do. I like the information you gave us last week on things.
Oh yeah, man, that was pretty decent. That was pretty good.
Man, that chair's nice and big that you're sitting in. I mean, what is that? Is that one of them like mushroom chairs that you sit back and relax in?
No, but my mic doesn't sound good at all. Bring it closer to me. Yeah, it's one of those.
Where's your little heathens at? Are they not running around?
No. No. This one of those long. It's a whole sofa, but it has the little thing on the buttons on the side. Yeah. Some little fancy chair. You pull the leg out, the leg comes up, and whatnot. It reclines, but it's more like a movie chair, if anything, like that. Okay. And it's got little USBs on the side. You can plug up stuff and charge it and whatnot. It's pretty all right. It's pretty all right.
Pop-Tart says she finds us polite as well.
Well, thank you, Pop-Tart. I appreciate that.
Just to kind of give you guys an update on the channel, and I know a lot of guys are going to find this on the replay. The channel is going to go back to my name, just the Trucking with the Fly Rabbit. Nothing to do with Poppy. Me and Poppy had a long talk about it. I say a long talk, but an easy talk about it. We're always going to be friends. He's still going to come on the channel on occasions, but since I don't work at JB Hunt anymore, to me it just didn't make sense to recruit through JB Hunt and do that. That's just, I'm still recruiting for SFI, and quite frankly, I mean, I don't really know a whole lot about F2F, but if somebody wants to come over here, I can try to help them with whatever I can. But I'm going to a specialized division that's dedicated, and like I said, I'm doing the storm stuff right now. So I'll be more than happy to put whoever, they need to in charge to get you set up. But right now, I don't know a whole lot about it. I'm watching this storm surge. Wow, that's pretty big. DeSantis got on here, says, I'm the man in charge, not FEMA. So him and I guess Kamala got into a little bit of a word discussion. And
I heard a thing or two about that earlier.
Yeah, she needs to know absolutely nothing what's going on in the state of
Florida. I
heard
she's out here giving everybody $750.
Her freaking belt costs more than $750. So Jeffrey Kuhn wants to know, who is F2F. F2F is a company. They have no company drivers. They have no dedicated. Well, they have dedicated, but we don't compete against anybody else. We're all the same. They have a load board. You work off. I say they don't have a load board, but we work off of all the load boards that are out there. DAT board, Truck Smarter, all those boards that you can think of. There's literally over 100 of them, and we'll work off them. Me, on the other hand, I'm doing dedicated, to where I'm actually dispatched from a broker. I go to the same places all the time, and that's not going to take place until after this storm stuff ends. I'm going to continue doing this because right now the pay for this is astronomical. That's one of the reasons why I jumped as quickly as I could. Army Cane. It's one of those retirement chairs that lifts the old folk into the standing position.
I wish it was, man, but nah, man. It's one of those chairs you usually put one of these in, like, if you had like a den, like a little movie theater type deal situation.
I don't know if you've ever seen those late night commercials where they have the chair lift. It takes you up the steps and stuff. That's
I've seen. Yeah,
my dad actually had one of those years ago when he was still alive. But you can get you one of them little hover around little things too, and you can say, I can go now and see the Grand Canyon, just like the lady did in the commercial. That's what you got, man. That's what you got. I can go see the Grand Canyon. Austin Tanner says $750 is a loan that has to be paid back. Yeah, that's right, because they do it through your taxes is what they do. It's a freaking joke is what it is. Milton is now a Category 3. Tulsi Gabbard is on here on what's his name show right now.
No, I keep telling everybody was like, Category 5 is going to be such a crazy little hurricane. I'm like, I'm not worried about that, man. It hasn't even made, it's barely made landfall. It's already downgraded to a Cat 3. By the time by the time it gets over the beaches, it's probably a Cat 1. Next thing you know, it's thunder going by midnight or something.
It's 120 mile per hour winds right now on the coast. I think it literally just made landfall. Yeah, it literally just made landfall in Sarasota.
Yeah, it'll be a thunderstorm by the time it gets over halfway through the state. I'm betting on it. But I see what's more concerning for me is I was watching this YouTube channel. This guy, he's doing like live reporting on the hurricane situation and stuff like that. And he was mentioning a lot of tornadoes going on down in South Florida. That's what I would be really concerned about.
Well, they had one touchdown in Fort Pierce, which is about an hour from us south.
Yeah,
it's in between Fort Lauderdale and where we're at.
Yeah, like I said, it's more concerned about the little tornadoes.
Hey, Austin, is your family all good where you're at? I'm pretty sure that you're not going to get much of the storms there because I'm in Perry. I'm not too far from where you're at, but just curious, make sure your family's okay. Army Kane, well, I'm off to bed night, gentlemen, and thanks for the info today, James. Oh, not a problem. Not a problem. Did I give you info today? I'm confused. I might be confused who you are. Oh, you know what? You might be the gentleman that I talked to today from New Hampshire. I think you are, or Connecticut. Man, I have a bad memory. Bad memory.
Terrible.
Yes, Jason. That's right. I'm sorry, Jason. I am so sorry. We'll get you some rest, Jason. I'm hoping you contacted somebody with F2F, did you? Okay, Austin says, yes, everything's good. And Army Kane says, yes, New Hampshire. I can't remember what you said. You were going to stay at JB for a little bit, I think, is what you told me. Well, anyway, if you got to get off here, man, we'll talk at you later. Thanks for coming in. Catch us on the replay if you want what you miss. You never know what's going to happen. You posted up inside the FEMA zone. I'm in, I guess it's the FEMA zone. I'm in northern Florida, in Perry, Florida, at the airport. Is that where you're at, Pop-Tart? I'm surprised Country ain't on here. You usually make some comments. So what's going on with you? Let's go through your truck details. We can go through that now, can't we? It's pretty much a done deal, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Obviously, hurricanes here.
Right. So I know you told me everything, but tell the public here what's going on.
I was supposed to pick up the truck on Monday. Well, that's when I was supposed to pick it up, but I was in North Carolina at the time. And remember, I was supposed to take the train back, and my train ride got canceled because of the hurricane. So I ended up just finding me another load, bringing it back down here. I was supposed to what's the thing? Supposed to drop the truck off over in Charlotte, but since everything was so close to what it was, I'm lost for thoughts. Since everything was so close to what it was, I couldn't find a way back, so I ended up just driving the truck back down and just letting them know, hey, I could either bring the truck.
So they are going to come. They're going to come and pick it up. Is what they're going to do.
Or they can come get it.
Okay.
And they're going to end up just coming to come get the truck. That way, I also keep my trailer with me. I was supposed to go ahead and get the truck on Thursday, but I don't think that's going to happen without how everything's going right now. So maybe Friday I'll go ahead and pick up the truck then. Then Monday I'll just find me a load out of here. Go buy what I need to go buy.
So Pop-Tart says, if I'm posted up by the system, make sure you have plenty of food on deck in case the highways and roads are damaged and you get stuck. Yes, I agree. I loaded up on groceries on Monday. I put a lot of stuff in here. I got at least a week's worth of food in here just in case. I got a feeling that we're going to probably scoot out of here Friday morning, maybe Friday afternoon with our loads that we have. But yeah, I agree with you. You need to have stuff on deck. I always try to keep a little bit of food on deck anyways, just in case you get stuck somewhere. She said, I live by this. You stay ready, then you don't have to get ready. That's right. No, I'm at home in Raleigh. Okay. Good deal. Good deal. Well, we got 16 people on here. Anybody got any questions? I'm sure Jacob's sitting back in his truck pecking and trying to make comments and stuff, and he ain't able to.
Yeah, bring him back up here, man. Put him back in the show. I'm the type of guy. Hey, bring him back. Put him back up here, man.
He won't come back on. It's all good. It's all good. I probably should have left him on here because shows like that usually get a lot of good thumbs up and stuff.
Yeah, you should have left him on there, man. But hey,
all good, man.
It's your show. So, how long you expecting to do these FEMA runs?
I don't know, man. Honestly, none of us really know. I have one guy here now that did it, the last one like 2 weeks ago. He said he did it for a week, 5 days, but that storm was absolutely nothing. You know that. This storm's a lot worse.
The Helene storm?
Yeah, that one was nothing to us in Florida.
Was he here or was he up in
No, he was here. Everybody's here in Florida. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now I can, if this is over with, I can transition. To North Carolina if I want to. Pop-Tar says normally what happens after the system plays out. Trucks roll out, and it's nonstop running, and it's hires exempt. That's correct. Yeah, that's why I've been sleeping for the last.
All the money you can make. You can make pretty much the rest of your money for the rest of the year, and then call it quits for the next couple of months.
That's why I've been sleep. That's why you haven't heard from me the last couple of days. I've been sleeping in the truck ever since early Tuesday morning. I'll probably get a good night's sleep again tonight, and then tomorrow it'll probably be on either late hours or early morning Friday. Hours of service are exempt. That's correct. Yeah.
Are they also are they paying for the fuel, or you're coming out of pocket for the fuel?
No, they're supposedly there's a fuel, not here where we're at, but supposedly there's a fuel truck in Orlando. Either that or they're going to reimburse us. I haven't yet figured that part of it out yet. But yeah, they do give us the fuel.
Okay.
So that makes it even better. So I'll have zero fuel come out of my settlement this week because I haven't driven anywhere. And honestly, dude, I got a half a tank of fuel now that'll probably run me all the way easy to Friday midnight. You know what I mean? So I won't have any fuel. So my check's going to be huge.
Yeah. Have you gotten out to talk to some of the drivers that are out there with you?
I have. I've talked to quite a few of them. Honestly, it's a lot of white Volvo guys, if you know what I mean. There's a ton of those guys, and there's a ton of
stories about that already and how they're getting those loads.
And there's a ton of drivers from, the Miami area with the trucks that are barely hanging on. There's a bunch of those drivers.
No company drivers as such out there?
I saw a couple of Estes guys, but they were the only one. Wow, my wife just sent me a thing from strong tornadoes have caused significant damage beachside. Indian River County Sheriff's Office, which is the next county below us, is currently conducting search and rescue operations for the affected area.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about.
Vero Beach Police Department was directly hit by a tornado. They are currently operating on generator. Wow. That's crazy.
Tell you, man, it's not the hurricane that Floridians are usually worried about, man.
It's the water and the
pesky little tornadoes and the water and all that stuff. Yep. That's usually where the headaches lie. But yeah,
it's kind of odd too. Not that I'm rolling into conspiracy theory shit, but it's kind of odd that a storm comes from that side to the from the west over. Usually, it comes down from the islands or over from Africa or something like that. Never comes from the Mexico side. And as a matter of fact, it hasn't been done since like the 1800s too, is what they said was the last one, like 1880. that was recorded.
Where it formed right here, and then
I
really thought it was kind of weird as well too, because I was like, hold on, just not even a week after we have a whole hurricane just sitting right there in the Gulf of Mexico, just pops up out of nowhere.
Well, we could get into topics that are conspiracy theory topics like weather modification.
Climate change.
Well, no, that's all bullshit and stuff. But weather modification is a true thing. President LBJ was talking about it. I saw a video from him back in the black and white. My wife wants to know if I have Tourette's because I'm fucking around with my head. Just come on here and say it, darling.
You got spiders? You got spiders in your truck, man?
No, I'm fine. It's actually kind of warm in here. It feels really good. But anyways, there's things on there about LBJ talking about weather modification. They've had it for a long time. See, Jeffrey Kuhn even said something. It's called HARP. And I don't know what the acronym HARP stands for. I don't remember, but it is weather modification. So at least I'm not the only one that knows about this. And quite frankly, I mean, when was the last time that you ever heard of any of the other states, with the exception of Florida and some of the bordering states, have hurricane damage? Like North Carolina, on the western side of North Carolina, they don't have hurricane damage and, dams. I mean, the water dams and all that stuff, water doesn't flow down from the mountains. You know what I mean? Me and Poppy
so
talked.
Where do they flow? They flow up the mountains?
Well, where's their water at the top of the mountains, though? That's what I'm trying to say. There really isn't a lot of water at the top of the mountains. It's already
trying to figure out what does it stand for. What does
it's already down to bottom. He says he doesn't know either.
Take a gander. What do you think it stands for?
I'm gonna look it up and I'll tell everybody.
I will tell you what it stands for.
Nicole, if you're on here, tell me what it is.
HARP stands for Hot Asians and Red Peppers.
No.
Yeah, close enough. I did hear that name mentioned a couple of times on the Facebooks.
It stands for High Frequency Active Auroral Research Program. That's what it stands for.
I think I'm gonna just go with the first one that I came up with. The first one that I came up with sounds so much better. Hot Asians and red peppers.
What it is, it's a high-powered radio frequency that basically shoots like a laser to modify the weather. Talk to you later, Pop-Tart. She also said something else here first. I have to get to you boys safe. Be careful out there. You guys come through Raleigh, North Carolina. Keep me posted. No problem. We'll talk at you later, Pop-Tart.
All right, you have a good one, Pop-Tart.
But that's what HARP stands for.
I'm gonna go with my first definition.
Yeah, it was the University of Fairbanks, Alaska, that came up with HARP. And yes, you are right. It's in Alaska. I was just reading it straight from of course, everything's right on the internet, obviously, but that's what it says.
So basically, they're manipulating the weather.
They have been for years, man. We've been stupid not knowing it. That's not the only thing they've been doing to us. They've been doing a lot of shit to us, man.
Are they also the ones responsible for genetically modifying our foods too?
Yeah, that's a big thing too, honestly. There's a lot of things they've been killing us with for years, buddy, and not everybody's waking up, but there's a lot of people that are waking up. Landfall near Siesta Key, Florida. So actually it landed in Siesta Key. Wow. It actually went a little closer to Tampa than what I expected it to. I thought it was going to be down by Sarasota.
That's what it's looking like. But Bradenton area.
Right now they got 83 mile per hour winds in Fort Myers and 80 in Sarasota.
Yeah, weak storm.
Well,
see, it wasn't so bad. Everybody's saying it was going to hit all crazy and stuff. But it turned out that
we haven't seen any damages yet, though. You won't see any real damage till tomorrow.
If anything, it'll definitely be stuff going on the coastline more than anything.
They just started bringing a bunch of buses in here, too. There's probably 100 buses here now, too.
People in them?
Well, this one bus that I'm in front of me has people in it, but what it is, they got the big buses that are hauling people in it, to drive the little like school bus looking buses, the little tiny ones, like the short buses.
The short buses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of people that are doing it. So Jeffrey says the U.S. government is the most powerful cartel in the world. They just hide it very well. Buddy, I agree with you 1,000%. 1,000%. Greetings, gentlemen. What's up, Zulu? Everything going good in your world with what your projects are?
How many hurricanes you think we're gonna be getting for the rest of the year?
I don't know, man. I had a bad feeling about this one.
You got that one, that Leslie one out in the Atlantic. It's coming this way as well too.
That's the next one. I don't have a, and the problem is, and you say this isn't that big of a storm, but what you don't realize when Helene came through and went through Tampa, we've got several friends that live in the Tampa area. They lost everything, dude, from the water.
Well,
everything.
When I say it's not such a big deal, like in terms of like what we're used to, I mean, we're gonna get the general stuff what we're already used to in Florida, and that's what I'm saying. It's not that big a deal. We're just gonna get the same old.
But the problem is what I'm trying to tell
damages
you,
and stuff like that.
Milton's coming into this almost the same exact area again, and my buddy that was one of the police departments that we worked at, he lost everything, his car, his house, everything. And problem is, it's gonna come by and do a double whammy on him too.
But that kind of sucks. He already lost everything the first time around.
Yep.
I mean, he ain't losing much this time around either. So
no, but it's still the fucking thought of it, though. Excuse my French.
One of the boys over at Contractors Corner lives down by that area.
Yeah, he lives in
remember his house got flooded, I believe.
The first time, that's right.
But I mean,
OTR Vic says, "Good evening, fellas. What are you all starting? When are you starting with F2F Fly Rabbit?" I've already started. I started on Monday. I'm doing hurricane relief in northern Florida, staged out and ready to go when the storm's done. Yeah, I went ahead and did it. I had to make the move. The money's really good, and it was just time. JB Hunt started messing around with the load board again, changing prices of loads. Frito-Lay, which was one of the big customers that we had. I know we never talk about it, and I probably shouldn't have brought it up, but I did. Started having ingredient problems again, and anybody that works at JB Hunt knows what the customer is. I'm not going to protect it anymore. But that's it. It was time for me to go. Why do you let people get under your skin? That's a good question, Stephen. That's just my personality. My wife says the same thing too, but unfortunately, I just I do.
It's good for ratings.
That is good for ratings. That's correct. So Jeffrey says, I can't believe FEMA's already there, and you can't find but a couple of them in the whole Western North Carolina. Agree 1,000%, Jeffrey. I agree. But you know what? If they're going to pay me, I'm going to make it. There's a reason why they're
more lucrative down here than anywhere else.
Well, and my wife is right. She says she agrees with Jeffrey, but she thinks it has a lot to do with DeSantis. Believe it or not, the federal government is scared of DeSantis. But let's go back to your comment. Again, I'm just reading what I read. I'm not saying that it's true. It's factual. But supposedly North Carolina we were talking about HARP and all that stuff. North Carolina is heavy in deposits for lithium batteries. And with that being said, there are several people that are involved with that in our government that are funders of this lithium batteries. And, with the HARP and everything we talked about, do the math. I mean, that's why they want the land, I guess. Let's go here. You took your SFI to truck it. Yeah, of course. Absolutely, man. I sure did. At least for now. I mean, I might be right behind 18, but haven't made that decision yet. Right now, what works. We'll see how things go over here. Jeffrey said, could be Nicole because our governor is just a yes man. Which state do you live in? What's your governor? Are you in North Carolina?
Oh,
You know
he's
what?
talking about his North Carolina governor.
Yeah, and I think so because North Carolina's governor is a Democrat too, if I'm not mistaken.
So North Carolina has a lot of deposits of lithium, the stuff to make the batteries for the EV cars. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure what the storm or whatever it was, or the landslides, the mudslides, it's all in that area where people live. And
My wife just made a comment, and she's actually 100% right. She says, "I need to watch what I talk about on here, or YouTube will ban me." She's absolutely right because I've known people to get banned because of that. Not only lithium, but heavy and quartz. So, like, I don't know if that words I'm saying it right. That is in every.
So what are we getting at here? Is that what people live in these certain areas and they were not willing to give up their land or something, or sell it or something like that, and so happen we have this artificial storm that came through and wiped it up.
Time out. I don't want to talk about it anymore because I don't want to get banned. My wife is actually right about that. I'll talk to you about it and tell you what I've read and what I know. It'd be easier.
Fair enough.
I don't want to get this channel banned. I built it up. She's right on that.
Fair enough. Anyways, what else is going on in America?
Anybody got any comments on anything? I'm watching these buses leave now. I don't know where they're going to, but the only thing that they don't have out here, which really surprises me, is more lighting. I thought they would have some lights out here, generators with lights on them. But
It's nice to have a bar out there.
It's dark out there. A bar? What would you need a bar for?
You're not doing anything right now.
Doesn't matter, buddy. They can call us in an hour and say, "Hey, let's go." What are you going to drive drunk? Come on, man. You wouldn't last very long doing this shit. I can tell you that if you're going to go.
Yeah, I probably wouldn't. I probably wouldn't.
Jesus.
Bar would have been nice.
See, my wife put it on here so I can get banned, just like Maui land grab. Yep, you're exactly right. And you want my number and want some firsthand knowledge about it, just ask. Here, I tell you what.
I am more than willing to sit here and listen to. Here you go, Jeffrey.
Write my number down, Jeffrey, and feel free to call me tomorrow and we can BS about it.
Hey, don't forget to put me in on that call too. I want to hear it.
Yeah. So my wife put up a fictional statement here. She's always right.
You sure you don't want to retract that statement that you just made?
Yeah. No, it's a fictional statement. She's not always right.
The wife is always right.
Always sometimes. Speaking of girl, is your girlfriend there at the house?
Well, I'm just chilling.
So you have nobody at the house with you?
I'm just chilling.
You can answer the question.
Yeah, I just did. I'm just chilling.
I know you were starting.
I'm starting to hear the wind. I'm actually starting to hear the wind right now.
Let's go ahead and change the subject.
A little bit of rain out there.
So your girl is there.
I'm here on this camera by myself.
So Stephen, how much did it cost me to go to F2F? It was a $500 transfer fee, which I had the money in my credits account to do it. That was it. Which company are you with right now, Stephen? I think turn the heater off now. It's hot in here. I don't know if your bunk heater is good, but mine's fucking great, dude. How's your bunk heater? Have you don't even know your new truck? Have you tried all the stuff out? Make sure everything works?
I don't have a bunk heater. I just have a regular AC hooked to the wall.
You don't have a bunk
truck? There's a bunk heater in the truck. Like I said, I only test drove it, checked it out, labeled all the stuff that needed to get fixed.
Sure it worked? Did you test it? Make sure?
Yeah, tested. Well, I didn't test the bunk. No, I didn't test the bunk heater. I just tested. I was more interested in the mechanical.
What's going to happen if your bunk heater isn't working when you go up north or something? What are you going to do about that? Just leave the truck.
Build a campfire inside the bunk bed.
Okay. All right, smartass.
I don't go to the Northeast. You know this.
So I didn't say Northeast. You can go to Tennessee and still get cold, buddy.
True.
So I started watching this TV show on Amazon Prime. You got Amazon Prime?
I got Amazon Prime. What kind of show you got on there?
I'm gonna tell you. Just give me 1 minute here. I'm trying to put that up. Let's see. I'm gonna tell you what it's called, and I'll tell you what it's about. Give me 1 minute here. It is. My wife's driving me nuts. Quit texting me.
Put it on silent.
Damn it. Where's it at? Told her I'm going to ban her. Oh, here it is. It's called Truck Rehab. Truck Rehab. And what it is, it's based in Australia. And these Australian guys, they go out and find these trucks that have been sitting in, barns or fields. They bring them back and they restore them. It's really a good show, man. I watched all 6 episodes. Hopefully they bring it back.
I'll go ahead and check it out. I got it on my want to watch list right here, so I'll go check it out later.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
You know, since we're let's go back talking about the truck. So I don't have an APU, right? And I know we had conversations about whether or not get a new one or a used one and where to get one from. But we haven't talked about what kind of APU should I get. Diesel or electric, and if it's diesel, which brand would be the most the most economical one to get, the most reliable one to get?
You're asking me what the most reliable truck is to get?
Yeah, I'm asking your input. Yeah.
You know my input. I'm in the truck that I think is the most reliable. The International with the Cummins motor. I mean, if I could afford it.
No, I'm talking about the APU system.
I like the electric APU, personally. I've got no problems with it.
I will admit that it is pretty quiet, and I'm actually going to miss it. It does really work pretty well because there isn't a point where I've actually had to get up and restart the truck. Probably if I'm doing a 34, probably once I ever had to start the truck, if anything, but usually it lasts me all night till midday the next day, if anything like that.
Mine will start up after about 8 hours or so, depending on how many, things are going. Like I always have, the TV or something. I watch it till I fall asleep, but that's usually, how long it takes. We get some of these questions or some of these comments. Zulu says he loves truck restoration, especially cab overs. I like cab overs too. The only problem with cab overs, there's 2 things. Number one, they're a lot smaller than the conventional trucks that most of us are used to. And number 2, when you check the oil and all that, you got to lift the whole cab up. Well, guess what? If you got any loose items, guess what? Your loose items are going to go everywhere towards that windshield. Let's see. OTR, is it possible to net 2,000 at JB Hunt with an SFI truck? That's kind of a tricky question. Could you off the load board? Off the load board, no, I don't think you can. Doing only Frito-Lay, very good possibility. You probably could, as long as you got everything Frito-Lay and you had very little deadhead. The problem with JB Hunt that I was having, I was kind of doing a mix of a little bit of both, just because we were having a lot of issues with Frito-Lay there towards the end of loads canceling, loads being moved up, no ingredients, so loads were canceling. So what I was doing was kind of a mix with the places that I knew where the loads were going to go out, and I would find loads to take me out. With that being said, I wasn't nowhere near where I needed to be for the last 30 days or so. And when JB Hunt did the thing this past week where they cut the spot market freight down like 17-20%, whatever that number was. I'm not quoting any numbers, but when that went out and I found that out, I knew it was time for me to go, which honestly, I almost did this about a month ago when Poppy, the preacher, went off. And that's, by the way, that's the only video that I have on here that didn't get monetized because he went crazy on that video, which is still funny to me this day. And I give him crap about it. But anyway, ever since we did that video, I was very seriously I turned the application in, was approved and ready to go. Until the last minute, I changed my mind and decided to stay because it looked like Frito-Lay was straightening things out. And I actually had 1 or 2 good weeks after that, but that was it. And I just knew it was time to go this time. I hope that answers your question. 2,000 is very attainable as long as you do all Frito-Lay. Oh, and what I was trying to say about that, I was finding myself doing a lot of deadhead miles. I would have 600 to 800 deadhead miles a week. Even on the weeks when I didn't go home, I was still having a lot of deadhead miles. And I had to run 75, 80 miles an hour to make the loads with the times that they gave us and stuff. It was just very tight times on all the loads that we had. I hope that answers your question, OTR. Jeffrey Coon says, I've been hearing good things about the EPU. Yeah, I really love my EPU. It's very
the
quiet.
wind is finally picking up. Even with these headphones on, I can actually hear them.
Yeah. But the EPU, I love my EPU. Chris, what's going on, buddy? Hope things are going good your way. No APU? I thought you said you had an old Prime truck. They all have APUs. I don't. 18 has an old Prime truck that he bought, but it
is an old Prime truck, but for whatever reason they took the APU and the deer guard off. That's probably why I got it such a good price as well too. So
yeah, you smoked that deal.
Yeah,
you did. Jeffrey, you never said what company are you at right now? He says, yeah, you shouldn't censor people. Well, I don't really censor people, but when people try to take over my show, it kind of upsets me a little bit. Milton made landfall into Siesta Key. Yeah, that's what I was just reading. Wow. Jeffrey, you don't have to tell me if you don't want to tell me. You can text me if you want to. Actually, I think you might have.
Taking a look at it. It's definitely there.
So that means in the next hour, maybe next 2 or 3 hours, you'll be in the middle of this shit. It'll be hitting you.
Well, projections have it going south, but yeah, I'll be definitely being hit by one of those bands.
It's shooting right. I mean, due northeast from Siesta Key is what it's doing.
Mm-hmm.
So with that being said, that means that if it's going that route, then that means it's going to go right over us. Then I would imagine.
Maybe. Let's see.
It's making a direct hit almost to where we live at. Jeffrey says
it's going straight over Cocoa. Well, it's looking like it's coming straight out of Cocoa.
Jeffrey says, let me finish this. Jeffrey working locally here in North Carolina, trying to predict the bottom, if that's possible. I hear you.
You'll never know when the bottom hits. You only know after the fact. Yeah, well, I was looking at these projections. Actually looks like the eye of the storm is definitely going to be coming right on through where I'm at 2 a.m. Because the way they had the projections earlier, it was showing that it was a little bit more further south.
All right, so Chris says, after turning the application into JB, how long does the procedure normally take until you know if you're approved or not? Depending on when you turned your application in, it usually only takes a couple of days, maybe 4 days at the most. They tell you that you're approved, and they send you to go get your drug test, and then once you get that done, you get the go ahead and okay to go to orientation. Zulu Time says, with those floods, a whole section of American fabric and heritage will be displaced and erased forever. That's right. You can't recreate a culture once if people have been scattered everywhere except home. Yeah, that's true. And a lot of that North Carolina area too is where all the furniture makers are. If you're talking about fabric, I think that's what you're talking about. But let's see here. New York City was never the same after 9/11. Katrina forever changed that entire region. That is true. A lot of I remember back in the day, a lot of the Katrina survivors actually, for whatever reason, relocated to Florida, believe it or not, out of all places. I don't remember why that was, but I'm sure that was another military thing or government thing. Don't get me started on 9/11. I will get banned from YouTube. I have my theories.
I think you have a whole lot of theories, man.
Buddy, you know what? When you read and you become awake rather than woke, you start realizing shit that the government's been doing to you. And it just makes sense, dude. I mean, it's hard to protect, the government when the shit's being done. He's going to do mine on the 18th. So you've already been set to go do your orientation on the 18th, though. If you're set to do your orientation on the 18th, then you should be good to go. I believe you read a retracted comment. Is it one of your comments, Jeffrey? Again, I guys, when you all post stuff, I don't know what's retracted, what's not retracted, because StreamYards doesn't, take it down like YouTube does. No, okay. Who put up a retracted statement?
And once it's up there on our end, I mean, it's good as gold. That's how I see it.
Yeah, if you don't want something said, don't put it up there, man, because I don't have any idea. Either that or get on there quickly and tell me, hey, that needs to be retracted, because I don't have any way to know that. Not that I'm just doing this meanness or anything. I just don't know. Oh, man. We've been going almost an hour. Almost an hour.
Yeah.
But, I said...
Since this change, and, well, from what I was looking at earlier before then, I do expect that the power is going to go out probably over here a little later. So I might probably have to save these lights for later just in case.
Yeah. Well, we're going to be getting off here in a minute anyways. Mm-hmm. I said that I had a announcement last week when we did the live last Friday night. I said that, I had something I wanted to say. Well, that's pretty much what it was, is that I was going to F2F, and I just didn't want to put anything out there until Wednesday, till I made sure everything passed through and everything was kosher.
What's your predictions for your time at F2F? You think it's going to be a whole lot better than JB Hunt, a lot better than Snyder? You think you're going to be making be able to make more money, or just be a little bit more flexible with what you're doing?
Yeah, it's a good question. I don't really have an answer for it. Somebody else asked me earlier today too, what's your backup plan for F2F? And I don't really have another company or a backup plan. The only thing that I could do really is either go back to Snyder or JB Hunt, and I know that's not happening. F2F is I'm going to make it work one way or the other. I have to.
You can always come over here with us.
Yeah, I don't feel like waiting over a month, though, dude. I've told you this before. I'm not waiting 30 days to get hired by a company and not being able to. I don't have no problems with waiting 30 days, but they make you to where you can't drive your truck. That to me doesn't make sense, nor does it make monetary sense either. So
I'll tell you what, when you decide to take
the only way that will ever happen is if for some reason I have a chunk load of money in the bank and I'm okay with doing that. But honestly, everybody that I talk to, and I'm not talking about you, but everybody that I talk to, I've got friends that are at Landstar 2, and I got friends of friends that are over there. Nobody's making any money over there, and they're leaving Landstar.
So everybody, it's the same everywhere you go, but
every place you go to has their ups and downs and their battles and stuff. I get it. I understand that. But when I hear of more people leaving a company rather than more people staying at a company, then and I don't hear that a whole lot about F2F, and I don't read about a lot either. The guy that I talked to yesterday, I've talked to him a couple times a day too. He's been here for 2 years doing the same stuff that I'm doing, the dedicated stuff, working for the same guy, and he's been here for over 2 years, and he paid his truck off in 2 years. for doing this.
Nice.
What are you laughing? What are you laughing about?
Zulu Time Productions.
Could you be a fool or spot market warrior?
I got the live on the TV right here as well too. So when they pop up, I can see the comments as well.
I don't know what his.
He said, "Could you be a full-on spot market warrior?" Because basically, what you're doing at you're doing a dedicated.
Yeah, I don't have nothing to do with spot market.
Yeah.
Everything.
But
I'm
if you
doing
ever wanted to change over to the spot side, you could do that.
Absolutely.
Too, yeah.
Chris Howard says, no, the application. Okay, I got you. Yeah, about 4 or 5 days at the most is all you really need to do. What do you all know about EPS? You know, I know
another
apps,
trucking company. That's
yeah, I don't know anything about EPS that I can give you any.
And their signs are green. They mostly run white trucks, I guess.
OTR, I went over this at the beginning of the live. I know you kind of came in late. Nothing's up with Poppy. He's all good. He's still at JB Hunt. I'm over here. We both came to the conclusion that it would probably be best for him to back out now until he decides what's going to happen with him. Not saying that he won't be a part of the channel anymore, because he will come in and do videos from time to time when he's able to. He's just real busy. And that's another thing too. Our Friday night live is really going to be depending on what happens with this storm and what I'm doing. So we're going to try and shoot to do a Friday night live at 8:00 like we always do. But it really just depends on, what the storm does and what I'm doing, because I might be running, because we're not under, when we do this, we're not under any hours of service. So I don't know what time I'm going to be driving, what I'm going to be doing when the storm's over with. So it's all up in the air for Friday. That's why me and 18 decided to come on tonight. And we had another guest on here too that wanted to show his ass, so we took him out. Could you be? I've already read that one. Full and complete own authority owner operator, eating strictly on the spot market. I've thought about that in the past too, but honestly, the biggest stumbling block to that is the insurance. Your insurance for your first year is crazy. That, and also brokers not wanting to work with you until you get, is it 90 or 60 days, or 90 or 6 months before you can start running on the spot market, where they, the brokers and stuff. I can't remember if it's 90 or 6 months. You know what I'm talking about, right?
No clue.
Okay.
No.
When you have your own authority, brokers don't like working with you because you haven't.
Oh yeah. That. Yeah.
It's either 90 or 60 days or 6 months. What
it's
are
about
you
6 months.
Buddy?
It's about 6 months, give or take.
Have you been to the bar tonight or something?
I have my own personal bar.
Okay, so you have been drinking.
It's been 5:00 all freaking day.
That makes sense. Okay. that makes sense.
But yeah, it's usually 6 months, and usually the only people who want to who will work with you are the people you don't want to work with.
So Jeffrey just put up 6 months. Jeffrey just put up 6 months.
Yeah.
So OTR says go to Mercer if F2F doesn't work out. I thought about Mercer. They're actually in my hometown, my hometown where I grew up, Louisville. I've thought about Mercer. I saw them at the truck show 2 years ago. And honestly, I don't remember what it was that kind of turned me off about them, but there was something that really turned me off about Mercer. I might have to look at them again, have them on the back burner just to be safe. I plan on going to the truck show in March, so when I do, I'll network with some of these companies and maybe have better ideas, and maybe get some people on the show from these different companies and stuff. That would be nice.
With Mercer, what I've been told, or what we hear, is that it's you get paid after every load, but the way that they set up their system is that it's not it's like a first come first serve, not who's available to get the next load first. That's the kind of deal that they got going on over there.
So Zulu just made a comment for you, but I'm going to answer it. It says, 18, I heard you mention Chicago company. What is it that everyone hates about them? Well, that's really simple. All you got to do is go to YouTube and put in, what's the big one?
Super Ego.
Just put in a search for Super Ego and hear all the people complain about it. They don't pay you what they say they're going to. Their percentages are off kilter and whacked up. Their equipment breaks down all the time. I mean, you name it. They have all kinds of issues.
The biggest issue with them is that they're just they're gonna give it to you with no Vaseline, man.
Yep.
that's what it is. You're gonna leave. You're gonna come in with no money, and you're gonna leave with less money than you came in with.
Zulu, this comment you just made, please forgive my rookie question. I'm researching, leaving no stone unturned. I'm going to tell you very easily, Zulu. You're a rookie. You want to get into something. You want to get into a good company. You need to go to either Swift, Schneider, or Warner, one of the bigger companies like that. Start with them. Get your 6 months, a year, whatever you need, and then figure out which lease operator job you want to take.
And listen, money is important.
One of the three big ones. I mean, you can't go wrong with any of them. I mean, they will all help you get your license. They'll pay you a decent salary for being a brand new guy. Some of these local companies, some of these other companies you go to, they're not going to pay you what you need to be paid. At least with Schneider and Swift, and I don't know much about Warner, but he started at Warner. But those three companies are a good way to start.
If you're just starting out, right? I understand that money is like a big play when it comes to everything. But really and truly, you need to put gaining that experience above making money first, because the money's gonna come. It's gonna come later, but you need to just get those skills and that experience in place first before anything else. Because with the skills, that's where the money comes. That's where the money comes in.
Wow, Madeira Beach is getting hit hard. Woo! That's over in Pinellas County where we lived at, just north of St. Petersburg. So Jeffrey Kuhn just said, showing you a fake broker statement. I agree with that. They will show you fake broker statements all the time. And he says, yes, sir. I hope you're meaning about the big companies. You can't go wrong with the big companies, man. I'll always tell them to start off there. I talk about Swift and Schneider. I worked for Swift on and off for about 2 years, 3 different times. I always made money at Swift, but my situation was a little bit different. I did the lease program there. Went to Schneider, did their lease program. Quite frankly, I think I did better at Swift than I did at Schneider. I would never tell country that, but it's the truth. I did a lot better at Swift. But overall, I think Schneider, their business plan and what they got together is a little bit better than what Swift's is. Their load board obviously is a million times better than what Swift's is. The thing that Swift has is they've got 48 different, I think it's 48, if I'm not mistaken, different
Just
terminals.
40 plus terminals, yeah.
Yeah, but they got terminals where you can go in to get showers and park, whatever. They got food at some of them. They just have a lot better choices, in my opinion, at Swift. But overall, I think Schneider's a better company. They're really big on safety, though, and that. Believe it or not, I am a very safe driver, and just like everything, I take a lot of things to heart. When somebody tries to tell me how to drive a truck, it really bothers me because I've been doing it for so long. Especially when you get a person sitting behind a desk that's never even been behind of a wheel, let alone tell you what any of the parts of a truck are. They try to tell you how to drive. I have a serious problem with that. Or they get one of these little beepers or sensors that tells you, hey, your tractor was 18 degrees, sideways or whatever. Well, yeah, I was going around the ramp. It's going to, have a little bit of a degree. Well, you were doing it at, 55 miles an hour. I'm like, well, no, I wasn't, number one, because the tractor and the trailer won't take that ramp at 55 miles an hour when it's posted at 15 to 20. I said, that's not true. So when you get people like that tell you things like that, then I got an issue with it when I know that I'm right, because the only person that's right is me when I'm driving it and I know what I'm doing. If I was doing something wrong, I would tell them, hey, yeah, that's true. You're right, but it's not. I just don't like that. I never have. It's one of the things that I loved about JB Hunt is they never, ever, ever questioned anything that I did with driving. That's the one thing that I really liked about JB Hunt. I'm hoping F2F's the same way. I've been told they are, but me doing this dedicated, though, I'm kind of off the branch a little bit with F2F. I'm kind of working.
Speaking of which, F2F, do they have like driver cameras and stuff like that that require you to have in the truck?
Nope.
No driver facing cameras.
Buddy, I wouldn't be here if that was the case.
Good deal.
Landstar doesn't, do they?
No.
Okay.
They do have that system here that they have in the SFI trucks. That if you wanted to buy it and install it, they do have that option. But it's not like I don't believe they have control over the access to the videos and stuff. That's all on you. They just give you the option that if you wanted to buy it, you can buy it.
So OTR wants to know where's Big Country at tonight. Country, I don't know where he's at or what he's doing, but Country comes on our Friday show. He's really big about sticking with the same day and the same time and everything. So I try to bring him on Fridays because he's a good addition. I try to get as many people on as I can on Friday.
It's a fun show on Fridays.
Yeah. This show that I'm doing on Wednesday, the only reason that I went live on Wednesday is because, like I said before, I don't know what the storm's going to bring. I don't know what I'm going to be doing or anybody else. So I wanted to at least get one show out this week, and that's why I came live tonight. It was kind of I won't say it was a last-minute decision because now that me and Poppy aren't doing videos anymore, I still want to try and do, Wednesday and Friday lives, but we'll see what happens, how things go. But to answer your question, I don't know where Country is tonight, but I did talk to him earlier. Okay, Steve, you're at JB Hunt. You just got there, and you got a 25 Cascadia from SFI. Well, congratulations, Steve. You'll do just fine at JB Hunt. I mean, you should, anyways. You should. 25 Cascadia. Good deal. All right. So, Steve, let's see here. Does SFI take your payment out from your settlement from F2F? Yes, that is correct. They do. F2F settles it with SFI. I tell you that. I'm assuming that because I haven't gotten a paycheck yet until next week. But they didn't tell me anything differently. And quite frankly, the $500 fee, it wouldn't be $500 if they didn't take the payment out. So I'm sure that they do.
It would still be $500. Because remember, I paid $500 to transfer my SFI truck, and they take deductions out of my bank.
I'm almost positive Jeff told me they did, though. Well, they better because I know everybody has. You had to give them your bank account information, like a card or a debit card or a check or something. They never asked for that for me. You know that?
That's how they've been taking my payments out. So.
You know that? They never asked that for me. I've never.
They never asked you for your bank information?
Never have. Nope. But
well, when you sent that down payment, didn't they get that? That's how they got your information, wasn't it?
Doesn't matter if you look at that, the wiring information is different than your bank account, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yep. They never asked me for it, bud. Which doesn't matter because I've never had to pay for anything like that either, though. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah. Well, I guess we can. Hour and 13 minutes in. If anybody's got anything, post it up. If not, we'll call it tonight, man. I know you said you had to get off there and save your power.
Yeah, just save my pretty lights just in case I might need them later. Yeah. But other than that, I got some shrimp Alfredo that's calling my name and another can of Yingling. And I'm calling the night after that. So
see you later, Zulu. You get a chance, 18, go back and watch the replay for the first 5 minutes and hear Jacob.
I'm gonna be definitely my shrimp Alfredo to that.
All right, guys, got 20 people on here, 21 people. Anybody got any questions before we roll on out of here and end the stream? All right, I guess that's it. Have a good night, 18. I'll talk to you. I'll give you a ring tomorrow. Wait a minute, we got one more coming up here. So when you all talk about SFI, you're talking about where your truck came from only.
Pretty much.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So just remember, Jeffrey, and anybody else that has an SFI truck, if you need to get any services done, there's an 800 number that you call to get your services done. Just do me a favor. Make sure you call Monday through Friday before 5 p.m. Because if you call after 5 p.m. or you call over the weekend, they take an extra, like the second party, third party service or whatever that does this, they take an extra 25% of the fees of whatever the cost is. Remember that. And also get all your discounts. Any kind of maintenance you have done, do it through that number because you get all your Schneider discounts. And nobody's going to beat the Schneider discounts. JB Hunt couldn't beat them, nor can F2F. Just remember that. Get your discounts through Schneider. It's very important. Jeffrey Coon says he got you. And ACH Wiring has my down payment to SFI in 2021. ACH Wiring was how yeah, that's right. That's how you do your thing. So Big Eye is on here. Okay, driver, stay safe out there. You too, Big Eye, man. We'll talk at you.
All right, man.
All right, man. Have a good night. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.